If you choose NRND or EOL components due to negligence, you may lose tens of thousands of dollars. Or even in the worst case, your product will not be able to enter the market. Hello, I'm Chandler. I work in NextPCB. I want to share some valuable insights into a critical factor that often impacts the cost of mass manufacturing: the product status of electronic components. I don't want to seem too sensational, but this topic is crucial for hardware entrepreneurs who want to achieve mass production. So let's dive right in. What's component product status? When we talk about the product status of electronic components, we were referring to their life cycle stage in the market. Components typically fall into one of these categories. Preview. It's not in production, or the prototype or experimental parts are available for purchase. Active. Components that are currently in production and widely available. NRND. Components still in production but nearing the end of their life cycle. EOL. Components that are no longer in production and may only be available through distributors with leftover stock. Obsolete. Components completely discontinued with no stock available. Generally speaking, the active status of industrial components will last for 10 to 50 years, and consumer components will last for 3 to 5 years. Understanding where a component falls in its life cycle is critical for managing costs and risks during mass manufacturing. How product status affects manufacturing costs. Availability decreases and pricing rise. Active components are generally the most cost-effective. They're produced in large volumes, ensuring a steady supply and competitive pricing. However, as components transition to NRND or EOL, their availability decreases, and prices often rise due to limited stock in the supply chain. Companies still using the components scramble to secure remaining stock. This can significantly increase your BOM cost. Lead times become highly variable and quality risks. Active components usually have predictable lead times, often in the range of 4 to 12 weeks. But as components approach EOL, lead times can become highly variable. In some cases, you may face monthly long delays, which can disrupt your production schedule, resulting in costly delays. You have no choice but to buy from brokers or alternative sources at inflated prices that increase the risk of counterfeits, parts, or recycling and secondary components. Using such components can compromise product quality and result in costly recourse or warranty claims. MOQ change. Manufacturers often set MOQs for components. Active components typically have manageable MOQs. However, for EOL components, because brokers are in a strong position at this time, they are reluctant to leave a small amount of inventory in their warehouses. You may be required to purchase large quantities to secure stock far more than you need, leading to unnecessary inventory costs. Redesign costs. If a critical component becomes unavailable, you may have no choice but to redesign your product to use an alternative. Redesigns can be expensive, requiring new prototypes, updated certifications, and additional engineering hours. Comprehensive calculation. Non-active redesign will be the most expensive cost. For mass-manufactured products, this can delay time to market and erode profit margins. If an important component of your product encounters these conditions, you may suffer losses of up to tens of thousands of dollars at worst. As a hardware entrepreneur, how should you respond? I have to say the following measures may be too cumbersome for a small entrepreneur team. So just trying to do one of them will make a significant improvement. Or you can find turnkey manufacturers such as NextPCB to cooperate. They have rich supply chain management experience to help you prevent risks. Design for longevity. During the design phase, prioritize components with a long product life cycle. Check the manufacturer's roadmap to ensure key components will remain active throughout your product's expected lifespan, like the longevity program we saw on the NXP website. If your design uses open source solutions, remember to find the latest version if you are using components that could become obsolete. Budget for potential redesigns early in the project. Monitor component status. Stay updated on the status of components in your BOM. Many suppliers and online tools provide alerts for changes in product status, such as transition to NRND or EOL. SupplyFrame has this function, which is also the software we are using. We classify components into 3 categories: regular, concern, and critical, and observe regular components every 6 months. Observe low-priced but high-volume concern components every 3 months, and maintain monthly observation for high-priced and low-supply critical components. In exceptional cases, even weekly or daily observations. Establish supplier relationships. Strong relationships with reliable component suppliers can help you secure stock and negotiate better prices, even for components nearing EOL, such as Rochester Electronics. Maintain safety stock. This is the most efficient and least costly way. For critical components, consider maintaining a safety stock to buffer against the supply chain disruptions. A conservative strategy is to prepare the components used in the next batch of product in advance, or maintain the usage of half a year. A more radical approach is to reserve the usage of your product throughout their life cycle. Choose your reserve strategy based on your product development stage and profit margin. This strategy is especially useful for components at risk of obsolescence. I'd like to remind, this method may lead to some waste of inventory. The product status of electronic components plays a pivotal role in the cost and success of mass manufacturing. By staying proactive and implementing strategies to manage these risks, you can keep your costs under control and avoid costly delays or redesigns. I hope today's video has provided valuable insights. Keep innovating and stay ahead of the curve. I'll see you in the next video.